So if the rumors for Marvel Spider-Man are true, which as of right now, of course, nobody can confirm anything, and since we didn't even know how big the map was going to be for the original game, literally a couple weeks until release, it's always going to remain, I think, a big factor until the developers confirm it. But a new rumor is that New York and our playground in the sequel is about to expand quite substantially, so let's talk about that. So I don't think there's many people that are going to complain about the size of the map in Marvel Spider-Man. I thought it was a very nice recreation of New York. Now, of course, they can't legally recreate everything. You can't put every building accurately. There's actually legal reasons. There's also reasons that involve the mob. It's a complex story. In case you guys want to look at, why certain things can and cannot be in video games, like even the Division couldn't put a certain convention center in their recreation of New York. There's specific reasons that, they can't recreate it one-to-one, but Insomniac did a pretty good job. Now, of course, there was some people that felt like there was elements that lacked from the actual map, and some of these being the likes of Queens not being in there, and some of the expanded areas in New York that aren't just Manhattan and keeping you confined to the one island. And this, honestly, to me, if the story would have called for us to go somewhere there, then that kind of would have been cool, but the story didn't, so I was left okay with it. Now, brand new rumors suggesting that the map will be expanding to some of the other neighborhoods throughout New York, and realistically, I think this makes sense. I don't think they want to give us the same exact map, because if they do, if it's the same map, same New York, they just add a couple new buildings and they didn't really add any new neighborhoods or anything, there will definitely be a lot of complaining that they took the lazy way out. So you don't want to do that, right? You have to improve it in a pretty decent way, I would say. And one way to expand New York is, of course, to go to some of the other neighborhoods that Spider-Man frequents. So then you're probably wondering, well, if we go out of Manhattan, where are we gonna go? So there's a few locations that they can really expand out to. The ones that have been mentioned recently are Queens, Brooklyn, and a full-on Bronx. Now, if you look at the New York map, that's quite a huge amount of new space. So I don't know if you put all of that in there because, that's huge. That's literally like 8 to 10 times the size of the map they already have. But if you put small amounts of it in there, so you can at least go over there and explore and look around some of it, to me, that makes some sense, and it's just a way to expand the game and give them more time, so by the time the third game comes out, then they'll have a hold of how the PS5 works, its full power, and they can fully expand to the entire thing. But honestly, I'd be okay with just give us the full Bronx and a part of Queens, and leave the rest maybe for some DLC or something down the road, and really just try to get the game out polished and not spread yourself out too thin, because sometimes there are developers that take on a little bit too much too soon, and it shows in the game, specifically going to next gen. You see this a lot, so hopefully they can just plan it ahead, give us a bigger New York, but also give us a lot of new activities to do, because I think that's kind of another big one that they have to focus on.